Before the fame, before Marvel, before the world knew his name, he was just a boy from New Orleans. A boy with dreams that seemed too big for the small streets he called home. Dreams the world said were impossible. But Anthony Mackie did not stop. He refused to listen. He kept going. Today he stands as one of Hollywood's biggest heroes, a face known across the globe, a symbol of strength, courage, and determination. But there is another side to his story, a side few people know. Everyone sees the Falcon, the Marvel superstar, but they do not see the man behind the wings. The sacrifices he made, the failures he faced, the silent battles he fought when no one was watching. Stay till the end, because what Anthony Mackie did after his Marvel success will leave you shocked. His final move will change everything you thought you knew about him. Anthony Mackie was born in the heart of New Orleans, a city of music, life, and struggle. His father repaired roofs to feed the family. His mother stretched every dollar to make ends meet. In their small home, every meal was counted. Every bill was a worry. But Anthony was different. His dreams were bigger than the cracked streets outside his window, bigger than the skyline of his neighborhood. He wanted more. He wanted to become someone the world would never forget. In high school, he found a place where dreams felt real, the stage. Under the lights, he was no longer a poor boy from New Orleans. He was a king, a soldier, a hero. In theater class, he could be anyone. But outside those walls, the world was not so kind. No one believed he could make it. No one thought a boy like him would ever stand on a big screen. Not yet. Anthony Mackie made it to Juilliard, the best acting school in America, a place where dreams came to life, but only for the toughest. Talent wasn't enough. He worked every odd job just to survive, cleaning floors, waiting tables, carrying boxes. Some nights he went to bed hungry, wondering if chasing this dream was foolish. He almost quit, once, twice, maybe more. When the rent was due, when the rejection letters kept coming, when casting directors barely looked at him, but something deep inside refused to let go. Acting made him feel alive. It gave him purpose. Then came a break. The movie 8 Mile. A small role next to Eminem. Just a few scenes, but enough to open doors. Enough for people to finally see him. Agents noticed, casting calls started coming. But Hollywood was still a battlefield. Fame didn't arrive overnight. The real fight, the climb to the top, was only beginning. Anthony Mackie spent years chasing roles that barely paid the bills. Small parts, bit characters with no names, faces no one remembered. He walked into hundreds of auditions, hearing no more times than he could count. Each rejection chipped away at his confidence. Each doubt whispered that he'd never make it. But he refused to quit. Then came The Hurt Locker, a film that shook Hollywood. Critics praised it, audiences watched, and for the first time, Mackie's name mattered. He was no longer invisible. Casting agents called, directors noticed, the doors creaked open wider. But the biggest moment of his career came later, unexpected, a call from Marvel. They wanted him to play Sam Wilson, the Falcon, a hero with wings, a man who could fly, a black superhero leading millions. That call changed everything. From struggling actor to rising star, Anthony Mackie's life would never be the same again. Marvel came calling. They wanted Anthony Mackie to join the biggest film universe in history, not just as any character, but as the Falcon, Captain America's partner, a superhero with wings, a symbol of strength, courage, and hope. For Mackie, this wasn't just a role. It was a childhood dream made real. A message to every boy and girl back in New Orleans, in forgotten streets and broken homes, telling them they could rise too. Audiences around the world cheered. Billions watched him soar across the sky. Kids wore his costume. Fans called him a hero. Mackie smiled for the cameras, walked the red carpets, signed the posters. But inside, he never forgot where he came from. The struggle, the hunger, the long nights of doubt. And then, Marvel made the big move. They gave him the shield, Captain America's shield. A black man standing as the new symbol of freedom and justice. History was made. The world changed forever. With Marvel came millions, more money than Anthony Mackie ever dreamed of as a boy in New Orleans. Each film brought a fortune. His net worth soared. but hope being a break story by the other world with a think of hero researchers, the struggling actor from Juilliard now owned mansions in quiet luxury neighborhoods, drove rare cars, flew first class, lived the life most people only see in magazines. But for Mackie, the wealth was never the goal. He remembered his roots, the broken homes, the families with nothing. So he gave back. He invested in his hometown, built affordable housing for low-income families, helped rebuild the places most people forgot. For him, success meant lifting others. He went to the Mackie is over to work as. But fame is never simple. Whispers followed him. Rumors, privacy lost, every move judged, every word recorded. Mackie smiled for the cameras, but off-screen he battled the pressure of staying perfect in the eyes of the world. The price of fame was heavy, and Anthony knew it well. Forward, fame brought more than fortune. It brought stress, endless pressure, eyes watching him everywhere, paparazzi hiding outside his home, strangers knowing his face but not his story. Every step in public felt like walking on glass. Every word could be twisted. Every smile could be judged. It doesn't many release one time, endless lings. Even heroes feel lonely. Even stars wonder late at night, is this life worth the price? Anthony Mackie faced that question more than once. When friends drifted away, when fake headlines spread, when privacy became a memory, but he stayed strong for his children, for his family, for the boy from New Orleans who once dreamed of something more. He refused to let the darkness of fame steal his light, and that is why he made one secret decision, a choice far from cameras, far from red carpets, a quiet move that would change everything. But no one knew it yet. Anthony Mackie made a move no one saw coming. He bought land in New Orleans, quietly. No media, no flashing cameras, no Hollywood headlines. He started a real construction company, not for fame, not for show, but for something deeper. He wanted to build homes, real homes, strong, safe, affordable, for families like his own, for kids who, like him, grew up dreaming in small, crowded houses. He knew the struggle, the fear of not having enough, and he wanted to change it. While others in Hollywood bought jets, mansions, and yachts, Anthony built futures. He laid bricks where others threw parties. He raised walls where others raised glasses. Silent, humble, powerful, and almost no one knew. No interviews, no big announcements, just quiet work, steady change, a real legacy born far from the spotlight. And now the world is starting to see the real hero behind the Falcon's wings. From the streets of New Orleans to the shining heights of Marvel, Anthony Mackie's journey is nothing short of remarkable. A boy who once counted every dollar now signs million-dollar deals. A dreamer who once struggled for food now flies across screens worldwide. But money and fame didn't change him. They didn't break him. He stayed real, honest, grounded. A man who remembered where he came from. A man who chose to lift others as he rose. Because Anthony Mackie's greatest power wasn't flight, it wasn't fame, it wasn't being a superhero on screen. His real power was heart, hope, the courage to give back when he finally had enough to share. And this is only the beginning. The boy from New Orleans is building a legacy that no camera can capture, a future that will outlast movies and headlines. Which part of Anthony Mackie's incredible journey surprised you most? Share your thoughts below because this hero's real story is far from over.